Yeah, it's certainly been it's good to get back. I think to start with, just see faces and see my teammates again, the coaches, the 25 people we've got. But the strict start times, the safety protocols that we're going through. It's a completely different world at the moment. Getting tested twice a week. Things like that. So slowly adjusting. But I think the overarching theme for this group is just excited to be back. Small groups is enough of a hit at the moment just to see the faces and have a bit of fun. And it's been an enjoyable week.
All the fellas looking forward to some contact training next week?
Yeah, I think so. I think just the opportunity. I've been training in a midfield group. I haven't seen the forwards or the backs at all this week, so it'll be nice, I think, more than anything, to just get around and train as a whole team and just get that feel and connection back with each other. You definitely get that connection with the 8 or 9 guys that you're training with at the moment, but the whole group will be nice to be together, for on-field training, and looking forward to that. I think you'll probably see different looks across the competition depending on how guys come back and programs they're doing and if they think they're ready. So I think for us on Monday we'll hit the ground running and we'll be straight into some match play work, and we've got 2 weeks, so we're not going to sort of waste any time. So looking forward to a bit of match play on Monday and whet the appetite with that, and then I think we'll probably build into a bigger Friday session again. They can't see it. Oh, off the computer. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're sending out the vision here.
They said they're sending out the vision. So you get... I'm looking down another camera. That's all right, I've got to head for radio. I haven't moved into the medical department, so I'm not too sure if he's ruled out or not, but he's not in my group of 8, so funnily enough, I haven't been able to talk with him at the club. So I think he's a little bit disappointed that he got that little bit of a calf hiccup, but I'm not too sure whether he's in the frame for round 3 or round 2 or whatever it is, because I said he's not in my little group, so I haven't been able to have too many chats with him.
Is that a concern for you, just on an overall broader level around soft tissue concerns and trying to ramp in 3.5 weeks of training before that resumption of games?
To be honest, I think most guys across the whole competition, in the back of their mind, there'd be a little bit of concern about how ready you are, but it's not like one side got to train as a team the whole way through. We're all in the same boat, so. Now it comes back to how teams manage their athletes, manage the program, how much work they do, what they value in their training programs, and we'll see how we go. So we're looking forward to getting into round 2, and hopefully we can stay pretty healthy.
Scott, Eddie has spoken about the roundtable yesterday about maybe needing to break the game to make it even better, even though the game isn't broken now. In terms of changes to the game, is there anything that you would really like to see that you think would improve the game, whether it's shorter quarters or improve change bench, not just for this year, but for going forward?
It's a good question. I think everyone's got different views on how the game should look. I know as a player, the pre-season training block, which goes for about 4 months / 5 months to then only play for 5 months. I'd love to as a player, do a 2-month pre-season and get to play more football. So whether that's, extending the season, you play everyone twice, or, a few more games in the season. I think most players would rather play than do pre-season. So, I'm an advocate of, extending the final series any way we can, because I think that's the most exciting football of the year, and fans seem to love it. The closest thing to that throughout the season is the the rivalry games, like the showdown or West Coast Freo games. So maybe if you had like an extra rivalry round in your season, but yeah, I think all players, any chance you can play more football, the better.
So Scott, do you reckon maybe a wild card weekend possibly to extend the finals?
Yeah, well, I think a wild card would certainly keep those sides, 11, 12, 13 in the hunt for longer, and gives their fans more excitement, gives the game more excitement. I feel, most years about round 16 it hits a bit of a lull for 3 or 4 weeks. So, I think a wild card would be pretty cool. I've said a best of 3 grand final series would be, amazing to play, and it's just whatever we do that's different will create attention first, and then it'll become the new norm. So it's a good opportunity this year to have a look at games with shorter quarters and see how it looks. The talk of a night grand final, we'll have a look at that if that happens and see how it goes. And then you can debate from there whether you like it or not.
The way this season is structured now with the 17 games is not dissimilar to the NFL, where every game counts. You lose a couple of games that can decide the season. Are you interested to see? I know you said that you want to see more football, but this year to see it's going to be more exciting games, and I suppose less dead games where teams are out of finals position.
Yeah, well, I'm not against 17-game seasons. I'd be just against doing 5 months pre-season to play 17 games. So, I'll do 6 weeks pre-season to play 17 games, something like that. As you said, I think it's more exciting. There's not going to be, you probably can't afford to lose a couple of games, and you'll hit form and you just still find a way to finish in the top 4 or the top 8. Every game is going to be so crucial. So, I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out. What sides do, how sides, adjust pretty quickly if you have a couple of bad losses in a row, whether they change the way they play or you've got to back in, what you know. So, looking forward to all the possibilities. I think, we'll see some more exciting football because those guys, the real explosive, powerful athletes, aren't going to get taken into the real deep waters of red time because it's not, it's not there anymore. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Scott, do you know where
Sorry, who was that? I'm not sure because he's in the backs, so I haven't seen the backs at all apart from when they walk into the club. So, this is actually pretty cool not seeing all my teammates. I don't have to answer half the questions.
You guys been setting up your groups? We've heard different sort of processes across the competition in terms of how they've been split. What about you guys?
Yeah, so we're split into our midfield groups out on the track at the same time in 2 different groups. Same with the forwards and backs. So, 2 pretty even groups. We've got a pretty even list, so we're fortunate in that regard that, it's for us as midfielders, there's 2 even groups. And we've just been training, and as I said, Monday they all get split up and we're back into full training. And I think we stay in our groups though after full training just for our weights and recovery stuff as well.
And how many players would you like on the bench this year, Scott? Do you have a preference?
I think 4. I don't think we need too many more guys on the bench because we've got shorter quarters. But I understand the call for it if there's not going to be anywhere the rest of your list can play. You need to keep those guys engaged, and you can't just keep training them and flogging them on the training track. So if there's no alternate for those guys to play, I don't mind the idea of having 6 on the bench to filter guys through that are ready to keep them hungry and give them a taste of senior football.
Just another quick one. Earlier in the year we heard rumours that Tom Lang may be considering retirement. I don't know, have you been in touch with him over this period, and have you got any insight into where his mind might be at this stage of his career?
I spoke to him a little bit over the break, and since he's been back, I passed him in the gym. He's in the gym lifting. Looks like he's having fun. Haven't seen them train or anything like that. So, probably Monday I could give you a little bit more on that one.
Have you been given any indication, Scott, about how next week would work with the contacts? Is it mandated by the AFL when these
I'm not overly sure. I just know Monday we're preparing ourselves for full training. It seems like it will be Monday, Friday full training with contact, but Wednesday will be very similar to what this week's been. So I think we're going to get 2 contact sessions, and then the rest of the time, the rest of the time apart from the on-field stuff, we're back into our small groups, sticking to the social distancing and the hand hygiene and all that sort of stuff.
So is it hard to prepare for round 2 when it's less than 3 weeks away, still don't know who your opposition is? I guess that's a pretty unique situation, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unique, but I think you can take it to the bank that we'll be playing Richmond. I've heard that multiple times in the press. So, but then I suppose on a different aspect, in season, you're so squarely focused on who you're about to play when you're potentially playing another opposition in 5 or 6 days anyway. So, give us a week's notice and we'll be ready.
And Scott, just on you briefly, how have you found the time training weight? Have you had any little setbacks or anything, or have you sort of flown through it?
I've trained through it fully. Found it was certainly an adjustment period the first couple of weeks, because you go from full football mode, mentally engaged so heavily, to almost felt like the off season where the season had finished and you don't see your teammates for a period of time. So after that initial adjustment period, just tried to train with a different player each session and got through that, and I got plenty of time at home with the kids and the wife, so enjoyed that part of life, being slowed down and watching my kids grow up a little bit more. Being home a lot more was a nice change of pace.
Did you find yourself doing any extra sessions or pushing yourself a bit harder, given you had all the extra time, Scott?
No, I finally got my home gym set up, because that needed to happen pretty quickly. So made that happen. I just stuck to the program our fitness guy gave to us, which was 5-6 days a week, just chipping away and doing some stuff. So I think it was important for guys not to go out and cook themselves, and have good balance, try new things. And in an ever-changing world where guys were consuming so much information about the virus and things like that, I just tried to slow down, enjoy my training, enjoy my time at home with the kids and wife, and relax as much as I could, because once the season starts in a couple of weeks, it's going to be full on again, and it consumes your mind pretty quickly.